Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Sandro Sihek, and I am a secretary of Bosnian American Community Association from Utica, New York. The purpose of this video is to provide a little more information and a little more insight in our project that we called Sebilj. So let me tell you about this project that we have envisioned and that currently Bosnian American Community Association is working on. First of all, this video, unlike the one that I published in Bosnian language, will be shorter. It will last for about 10 minutes. So let me quickly explain what the Bosnian American Community Association is all about. Bosnian American Community Association, or BACA, of New York, is a local non-profit organization founded for the purpose of preserving Bosnian culture and heritage, and for the purpose of serving and helping our community. When I say community, I don't mean only, not necessarily Bosnian American community, but also Utica in general, as well as local surrounding communities and the Oneida County and the state of New York. Okay. Now, what is Sebilj? People might ask. Sebilj, and here is the one you can see on the picture, is a water fountain that was built, or water fountains that were built throughout the Ottoman Empire for the purpose of providing free water to the people and travelers. Over centuries, of course, Sebilj became, Sebilj got a different symbol and different meaning. So Sebilj became a symbol of hope, symbol of mercy, goodwill, and charity and hospitality. Of course, Sebilj's, these type of water fountains no longer have original purpose. They no longer serve the original purpose because these days, we all have a clean water, and the clean water is available in most of the households. However, Sebilj kept its symbolic meaning. So now it's a symbol of gratitude. Maybe as I should say. Here on this picture, we see the original Sebilj that was built in Sarajevo, which is capital city of Bosnia and Herzegovina, in 1753. And since then, Bosnians have tradition to build Sebiljs as a gesture of gratitude and goodwill, or symbol of the goodwill. Here in the United States, one such Sebilj was built by Bosnian American community in St. Louis, Missouri, because St. Louis, Missouri has the largest Bosnian American population in North America. And this Sebilj was presented as a gift to the city of St. Louis for its 250th anniversary. Also, similar Sebiljs were built in other places, in other countries. For example, here is one in the town of Novi Pazar in Serbia. Then, before the war, this war that affected Bosnia and the region back from 1992 till 1995, one similar Sebilj was built in Belgrade, Serbia, in 1989 as a symbol of good friendship between the city of Sarajevo and the city of Belgrade. Also on this picture, you can see another Sebilj built in the town of Rožaj in Montenegro. So we, members of the Bosnian American community of Utica, New York, we came up with this idea that maybe we should build the same or similar Sebilj here in Utica, New York. So the purpose of building this Sebilj would be to build something that would represent Bosnian American culture or Bosnian culture, and something that would be given to the city of Utica as a gift. As a thank you gift for accepting many refugees when Bosnia was affected by the war. As you know, Utica, New York has a significantly large Bosnian population. So that's the idea of building Sebilj in Utica, New York. At first, we were discussing the locations, where Sebilj might be built. So after consulting with the representatives of the Utica City Council, we came to conclusion that Sebilj should be built on the Armory Drive in Utica, New York, not too far from the intersection of Albany and Albany Street and Armory Drive. So yeah, we think that will be the best location. So that's our location where it will be built. Some other locations were discussed, like there is a place on the Sherman Drive, right behind the MVCC library. Some other locations were discussed, but we came to conclusion that this is the best option. Now, I know that some members of our community, Bosnian American community, like to ask, and they wonder, like, why Sebilj? I mean, why would you like to build Sebilj? Why not something else? You know, well, here's the thing. It is true that Bosnia and Herzegovina, like any European country, has a lot of cultural monuments, a lot of cultural sites that date back to medieval times. That's true. But when we were thinking about building some cultural monuments here in Utica, New York, we came to a conclusion that we have to build something that's first realistic. In other words, something that can be built, something that's attractive, so something that will make our city look more beautiful, something that will attract the attention of the people, and of course, something that relates to Bosnia or Bosnian culture. So we decided to go with Sebilj because Sebiljs are being built already by Bosnians. I mean, they are very convenient for building. I know that, for example, Bosnia has the Old Bridge, so-called the Old Bridge in the town of Mostar, which is also another cultural attraction. But hey, building the Old Bridge or building the replica of the Old Bridge in Utica, New York would be very, very unrealistic. It would be a huge project, and that would be very, very expensive. I know that I personally made a recommendation that maybe we should build a stachak. Stachak, for those of you who are not familiar with that term, is a medieval gravestone. Okay, it's a rock with a numerous medieval engravings, which is okay, but hey, stachak is not attractive. I mean, there is nothing attractive about stachak, you know. So maybe we said, hey, maybe we should go with Sebilj, and that's how this decision was made. I know that some members of our community were asking, like, hey, but why don't you build maybe like a cultural center? Okay, well, here's the thing. We do have a spaces, like we do have members of our community do already have buildings and real estate property that can serve that purpose. So yeah, if something already exists, then, you know, there is no reason to build that all over again, especially if we take in consideration, or if we take if we take in consideration the fact that we will have to raise a lot of money for those projects, like especially buildings, because we would have to pay rent, we would have to pay taxes, we would have to pay electricity, water, and other utilities. So yeah, that would be very, very expensive. So we would have to rely on donations or membership fees. But again, I mean, hey, if we lose members, or if people start making donations or paying membership fees, then we might lose it, or it might become very difficult to provide maintenance for such objects. And again, I mean, Utica, New York has numerous such places that can be rented for our events or meetings or serve the similar purpose. And for the end, I would like to answer another question that became very kind of popular, is like, why do you need so much money? Why do you need $150,000? Well, the goal is to raise anywhere between $120,000 and $150,000. We are aiming for $150,000. So first, when we build something, those of you guys who are in construction, you know that, first we come up with idea, and then we come up with a financial estimate. Okay, so we have to come up with an estimate, and one company, which is UFB Fabrication from St. Louis, Missouri, did this estimate for us on October 13th of 2022. So they came up with the estimate that this project will cost around $118,000, a little over over $118,000. So we will have to make it 120. Okay. Now, as you can see, the date is October 13th, and they made a statement. They said, due to the current volatility of material costs, our estimates may only be good for 7 days. So it means that right now the price might be even higher, especially if we take in consideration the fact that we have changed the location. Originally, we planned to build a Sebilj on the Sherman Drive, right behind the MBCC, but that location was not available. So now we changed the location to Armory and Albany Road, or Albany Street, sorry. So yeah, that area will probably require a little more work. And also, you have to keep in mind that this is not just like a regular building that we are building. I mean, this is a cultural monument. This is a piece of art. So we have to take in consideration the price of the labor, for example, and the frame. Okay, we got the blueprints. All right, and as you can see, these parts are not something that we can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's. I mean, this will have to be specially built in St. Louis, and we will have to transport this to Utica, New York. Okay. Now, also when the time comes, when we raise about $50,000, then we will sit down with the representatives from the city of Utica engineering department. We will sit with the local representatives of the construction companies, and we will come up with the details. Okay. Then we will know how many bricks we need, how many construction materials we need, and so on. But yeah, we will also release that information. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, also before I end this video, I would like to let you know that we did conduct a little survey on whether or not we should build this cultural monument, Sebilj, and these are the results that we came up with. So yeah, most of the people who participated in this survey said that yes, they would definitely like to see Sebilj in Utica, and they would be willing to provide financial means or donations. So here we are. Another thing is, if you have more questions about it, please do me a favor and visit our Facebook page, Bosnian American Community Association, and send us a message. Or you can also email it to us. Our email is bakayurica@gmail.com. So yeah, you will be able then to get the information from the first hand. Okay, so I hope that I answered some of your questions, and I hope that we will be able to build Sebilj and make this project reality. So thank you very much for listening. And again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to give us a phone call or to send us a text message. As a matter of fact, I would prefer text message. In that case, you will have a written record of what we have said. So thank you very much, and you have a pleasant evening.